and welcome to the Love Show, where we grapple with the question of what is love? Do 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 do. 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 Is it kind? Do 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 do. Is it in time? Do 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 do. Does love make reason rhyme? Do 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 do. What is love? Do 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 do. What is it? Do 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 do. What is love? I thought I'd introduce the Hammond. I've been hiding behind it for 7 episodes-ish, and I haven't played it. The plan was to keep it on, keep it for sound effects and, things like that. But we're working it in. Excuse me. So today's show is about love being a necessity. Is love a necessity? Do we need love? There's some experts that suggest we do. From an article published in 2012 by David R. Hamilton, PhD. Oh, excuse me. Entitled, Why Babies Need Love. He says, and I quote, the Budapest Early Learning Intervention Project, BEIP, a project that examined the health and development of children in Romanian orphanages, found startling evidence that when infants and children starved of love and affection, when children and infants are starved of love and attention, their bodies do not grow as they should. In fact, for every 3 months in an institution, a child loses an average of 1 month of growth. The Notebook played that. The Notebook. He also said in his article that it seems like emotional deprivations as an infant can leave the adult less able to deal with stress. And listen to this. Oh, excuse me. There's a frog in there this morning. Like love is the vital nutrient required to build parts of the nervous system. Like love is the vital nutrient required to build parts of the nervous system. How beautiful is that? Love is the vital nutrient required to build parts of the nervous system. That's scientific beauty from science. Imagine that. A study in 1952 by Renee A. Spitz revealed similar results. But her study says infants deprived of their mothers during the first 5 months deteriorate progressively. So not only did this study find that children need love, but if they don't have it, they deteriorate. Not only do they not grow, but they deteriorate. Babies. She studied babies. Emotional deprivation in infancy is the name of the study. Infants. Deteriorating infants because they don't get love. 1952, this study was done. Dr. Jonice Webb has found that emotional neglect in childhood has a profound effect on the adult. She says that what emotional neglect is your feelings were either ignored or discouraged as a child. So therefore, normally what happens with the emotional neglected, she says, is they build a wall between them and their emotions just so they can cope, just as a coping mechanism. She has a whole program on getting over emotional neglect and healing from it. It's at her website. I believe it's drjonicewebb.com or .something. I'm sure you can find her under Dr. Jonice Webb, W-E-B-B. And she suggests in her program that you just show up for yourself. She has show up for yourself. I like that. I think that's nice. And we should show up for ourselves. You matter. Stand up for yourself and just stand up. Take up space. It's okay to take up space. It's okay to have needs and desires. It's okay. It's okay to feel. It's okay to feel love. It's learned now by all these doctors that healing is easier for individuals who are given enough love as children, specifically infants. Growing is easier for the infant. If the infant is given love. It's like an armor we can put on our babies before we send them out into the cruel world. It is a cruel world. It's nice to have an armor we can put on our babies to send them out into the cruel world. It's like food. Like fuel. I think we need it as much as we do food. More than we do fuel. Certainly more than we do oil. With all of the obesity running amok, I don't think the obese need food more than they need love. At least for a hot minute. But does everyone? I think everyone needs love more than they need food. Especially in this day and age. All the poison food running amok. And all those studies on babies and adults with emotional neglect, that they all seem to prove that we do need love for growth, for stability later in life, for a better ability to deal with stress. Food doesn't do that last bit. Well, maybe chocolate. My cup says chocolate makes it all better. Oh, it's on this side too. Chocolate makes it all better. Can you see that? It does, really. It's quite a nice thing, chocolate. And did you know that chocolate is actually a pain reliever? And it's the only pain reliever that not only relieves physical pain, but emotional pain as well. Put that in your hat for later use. Chocolate is love. Wouldn't that be funny if that's what we found? What is love? It's chocolate. I'm kidding. Sorry. I love chocolate. In general, though, most food does not help us better deal with stress. Food feeds us differently than love. Love nourishes the soul. Love keeps everything moving efficiently in time and growing and changing in the way that it's supposed to. I really do think there is a love time continuum, because if you don't give the love at the right time, like they say in infancy, in the first 3 months of development, then the child is not armed for proper emotional health and growth later in life. We don't have to poop love out like food. Love doesn't seem to have waste. In fact, it's amazing how much love we can build inside ourselves from nothing sometimes. So if we give love unconditionally without expecting anything in return, and that's what we're supposed to do, they say, right? Why do infants need it so much then? Why is it expected for the infant? Because the infant needs it, right? But why does the infant need it? It needs it for healthy growth and to fill in all those little gaps, and so that it can calmly grow in its own little space. In its own little time. In its own little time-love continuum. Is that how we get a healthy outcome for life? By giving a nice foundation of love at its very earliest stages? Is it more important than seeing a nutritionist and eating certain foods? I think it might be. I think it really might be. At least for a healthy development. I think we need it in return. I think we need it reciprocated. For a healthy life. Because if you're given love, all the love you need, and then you grow up and you don't reciprocate to your mom or your dad or whoever gave you all that love, is that love really churning? Is it moving around? Is it balanced? I don't think we need to be selfish and give love only to receive love. I don't think that's how it works. But I think in order to live as infants, we need to be given love. And I think it's healthy to reciprocate. I think if you're given enough love, you want to give love. I think it's even in our nature if we're not given enough love to want to give love. In fact, I was raised without enough love. And somehow I managed to have this love. I think it was kind of because of the absence I sought out maybe more love than the average person. But we need love for a healthy mind and body and spirit, and to have love armor to help us better deal with life. I think we continue to need love even after we stop growing physically, so that we keep growing spiritually, intellectually, emotionally, so that we become people with depth and emotion and passion and intrigue and mystery. What I find amazing is that somebody with emotional neglect can manage to still love. I specifically went out of my way to do extra for my children, to give them extra love because I hadn't been given love. And I wanted that for my children. I made note when I wasn't being given enough love in my head. I don't want to do this with my children. I said to myself, I want to care for my children. I want to give them enough love. I want to pay attention to them. I want to look at their pictures. I want to hear their stories. I want to understand what they're saying. I want them to feel heard and understood. I want them to feel important. I want them to feel like it's okay if they take up space. I never, growing up, felt like it was okay for me to take up space. I was often told to get out of the way, and that was the only time anybody ever talked to me. But what's amazing is the love I still was able to muster up for my children, for other people, to go out and feed people I didn't even know for free. And it was as if my children kind of came with this strange air that made me love them. Maybe it was the DNA. I don't know. They say that cuteness is scientifically proven to up our ability to love a child. Or anything, for that matter. Even, could be why we adopt baby animals and things like that. Cuteness. Big eyes tend to be a huge thing in cuteness. Soft, round, chubby cheeks. it's wired into our brains to go, oh, and think it's cute. I think it's so that we will take care of our children. Did you know that your eyes are the only thing that doesn't grow on your body? From the time you're born till the time you die, you have the same size eyes. So when you're a baby, they appear to be really big. Oh, wait. I can do sound effects. Ready? Blink, blink. Oh, it wasn't very loud. Hold on. Blink, blink. That still wasn't very loud. Doing it loud. Okay. Oh, that's better. Cuteness. Which we love. We love cuteness. Most of us, anyway. Well, maybe I wasn't a cute baby. Maybe that's why it was hard to love me. All this sad childhood without love, and I grew up to have the love show. I grew up to feed the hungry. Food and love. I grew up to be able to love my children. I know that I'm weird and that I'm an anomaly, but I do not think that I am the only one that can make something out of nothing. I don't think I'm the only one that can love wholeheartedly despite being neglected of love as a baby. Sure, I don't deal with stress well. I am not armed. I feel like a chaplain in the battlefield. I'm armed with faith. An unarmed person dodging millions of armed folks. Because I have faith and I have love inside me. I emerge without a scratch. Like a faithful chaplain at war. Little bear is next to me having a little dream. And he's making funny noises. Just so you know. I'm armed with some self-love. I don't believe that self-love is a given. Especially in those who've been neglected. I don't believe everyone loves themselves. I believe everyone should love themselves, but I do not believe that everyone does. I did not always. I didn't think I was worthy of love. I was told I wasn't lovable. It's only been in recent years that I've grown to love myself through my own efforts. I believe we're all lovable. And I believe we all need love. But I don't think love is a given. I don't think we love ourselves automatically. I don't think we love our children automatically. I think it would be a perfect place if we did, but we don't. We should, but we don't. And that's where life falls short, is when love doesn't follow through, or when someone doesn't follow through with the messages that love has given them. I've armed myself with certain other moments in my life where I was giving to others and someone gave back to me. Like when I was in the desert, I've talked about this on the show before. A man took me aside and told me that he felt I saved his life because he came out to the desert to kill himself. And then he saw me feeding people, and he felt that there was still love in the world, and he didn't kill himself. I hold that in my heart. I use it. I use it. That's my armor. I find inner peace through that. I find love for myself in that. It's like he was turning me around saying, hey, love yourself. Show up for yourself. Be there. Because at that moment, at that time, I really wasn't truly loving myself. I wasn't even noticing myself. You kind of have to notice yourself to love yourself. But I think it's those kinds of moments that I use specifically to build love, that build love inside me. It's like a key, like forgiveness. Unlocks the love, unlocks the inner peace. I've done some meditative work on my personal emotional neglect, and I have found this one meditation that I did where I went back to the womb, and I felt like I was filling in love gaps, and I was in the womb, and I was loving myself there, like I hadn't really been loved when I was in the womb, filling all my little gaps that I didn't get, giving myself meditatively that love that I'd been missing, filling my love void. I'm making some guided meditations for that specific type of meditation, the womb meditation. I'm creating a better one than I had. I had to use my imagination, but I'm going to actually have a heartbeat and a red light, and it'll be cool. I'll let you know when they come out. I do a lot of meditating. That one in particular really helped me heal from my emotional neglect. I gave myself what I needed in the womb. Catching myself up, in a sense, to everyone who got enough love. I think those meditations really helped me a great deal. But I'm still often the exception to the rule. I am the Mother Malili. And I created love inside me and outside me and against many odds. And I was not only able to show a lot of love to my children, but to millions of people that I've fed. And to you. I do love you. And thanks so much for watching. I appreciate it. You need love. I need love. We all need love. Let's love each other. But what is it? What is love? Do, 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 do. What is love? Do, do, do. What is love? Do, 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 do. What is love? Do, do, do. What is love? Do,